And we are preparing now for Game 3 of the Chick-fil-A Classic here, the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic, live from Richland Northeast High School, right here on the campus in Richland County and Columbia, South Carolina. My name is Stacy Huff. We're going to use the play-by-play action in this third game of the tournament, featuring Spring Valley High School Vikings versus Lower Richland High School Diamond Hornets. Lower Richland's out of Hopkins, South Carolina, part of the greater Columbia area, and Spring Valley High School right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Still our starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the Spring Valley High School Vikings, they have started a two-guard, 3-4 lineup. At one guard, you have the sophomore Perry Dozier Jr., 6'5" sophomore, that highly touted young man. At the other guard position, 6-foot junior Chris Adams. At one forward, number 12, Dominic Taylor, the football standout, is a 6'3" kid. Also at the other forward, Jamil Taborn, 6'2" senior. And Jabari Johnson, number 32, is a senior forward as well, rounding out the starting lineup for Spring Valley High School. For the Lower Richland Diamond Hornets out of Hopkins, South Carolina, they start number 11, Nathan Hart, a 5'7" sophomore guard. Marcus Edmond, a guard, 6'1", is a senior. A guard forward, number 21, Jeremiah Tate, is a senior. Number 32, Brandon Stroman, is a 6'5" junior, plays guard and forward. And number 42, Vince Hickland, is a 6'6" senior forward. Again, where's number 42? Vince Hickland is the player to watch for Lower Richland High School in this ball game. Tune in now to the play-by-play announcer. We'll reintroduce those starters for you. These two schools have long played against each other here. Columbia area rivals for years. Both played in the 4A level for many years, and recently Lower Richlands dropped down to the 3A level because of attendance and enrollment. Spring Valley is still a 4A team that actually played. Spring Valley played in the Classic 2 championship game in this very tournament last season, losing to West Charlotte out of Charlotte, North Carolina in that ball game. Let's take a listen now to our starting lineups.
Now for the Vikings, starting at guard, a senior, number 12, Dominic Taylor. Also at guard, a junior, number 24, Chris Adams. At forward, a senior, number 21, Jamil Taborn. At forward, a senior, number 32, Jabari Johnson. And at point guard, a 10th grader, number 15, PJ Dozier. The head coach for Spring Valley is Perry Dozier.
And the head coach for Spring Valley High School, I mentioned the starters earlier, Perry Dozier Sr., the father of number 15, PJ Dozier. Perry Dozier, former South Carolina Gamecock.
Taylor. At guard, a senior, number 14, Marcus Edmond.
Marcus Edmond, one of the two leading scorers of this team, right there, number 14 for Lower Richland.
Jeremiah Tate. At forward, a junior, number 32, Brandon Stroman. And at center, senior, number 42, Vincent Hickland. The head coach for Lower Richland is Willie Thomas.
Head coach of Lower Richland Diamond Hornets is Willie Thomas in his first year. 22-year veteran of the high school ranks at several different college high schools in the state of South Carolina. Willie Thomas now in his first season at Lower Richland High School, replacing Zeke Washington, who's moved on to just across town over there to Blythewood High School. So first year coach putting his new system in place, and they play man-to-man. They're going to be a man-to-man concept team in this ball game tonight. Spring Valley is in your green and gold on your screen. They're a 2-3 zone primarily playing team there. They like to use that length. There's some length there on that back line of that zone, and like to keep it congested and force teams to shoot from outside. But Lower Richland is going to be a man-to-man ball team, and they're going to get after you and try to force tempo. Jumping center. This ball game we have Vincent Hickland, the 6'6" senior for Lower Richland, is going to go up against number 32 for Spring Valley, Jabari Johnson, the 6'2" senior. Again, Spring Valley, green jerseys, green shorts, trimmed in gold. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets white, but black and gold trim. Tip goes to PJ Dozier, number 15 there. A three-point attempt there. Rebound by Jabari Johnson. Ball's out now to Edmond for Lower Richland. Little baseline drive. Air ball there. Rebound. It's going to be a foul on a rebound. Jabari Johnson came down with it. So we're going to have a no foul, excuse me. It's going to be out of bounds. Ball goes out of bounds to Lower Richland on the play. They'll reset from right there. Swinging it around the horn right now. 21 Jamil Taborn into Vince Hickland. Hickland had nowhere to go with it. Got hemmed in by a couple of Spring Valley Vikings. He's a foul there. A foul's going to be called on number 21 for Lower Richland, Jeremiah Tate.
Foul is on Spring Valley. Number 21, Jamil Taborn is first. Team first.
Excuse me, on Spring Valley. Excuse me, that was number 21 for Spring Valley, Jamil Taborn. Rebound now off to Spring Valley. Ragged start to the ball game. P.J. Dozier, the sophomore guard, is going to settle it down and walk it up. Again, Lower Richland in a high-pressure man-to-man. Shot's going to go up. Dominique Taylor, air ball. Rebound by number 11, Nathan Hart. He brings it up. Nathan Hart, very quick young man. Off to Brandon Stroman. Into Edmond. Vincent Hickland. Hickland tries to dunk. Rebuffed by the rim. Scramble for the ball. Up again. No good. Spring Valley gets it out to Dozier. Dozier comes up with the left-hand dribble. Nathan Hart now on the turnover. Breakaway. One man to beat. Good defense there by Spring Valley. Shot up and in by 21 for Lower Richland. That's Jeremiah Tate. Good job hustling down the floor at the time, following his teammates' missed shot by Tate that time. Good job. Dominique Taylor back up for Spring Valley real fast. Pirouette. 360 move there and up with the left hand. Dominique Taylor. Good basket. He's a left-hander. Football standout on the Spring Valley football team as well. Hart tries to force the ball into Hickland. Ball deflected out. On the loose ball there, the breakout, there's going to be a foul. Chris Adams was the young man, the guard for Spring Valley that had the ball, and a little collision there. A little ball side out to Dominique Taylor. Ball's inbounded to number 24, Chris Adams. Now over to Dominique Taylor. Taylor calls out the play, and Nathan Hart's guarding P.J. Dozier. Height advantage to Dozier on that, and Dozier goes up for the shot. Ball deflected by 32 for Lower Richland, Brandon Stroman, but he got a little hand on that.
Foul on Lower Richland at number 32.
P.J. Dozier's going to get 2 shots.
That's his first.
This young man is
Team second.
highly sought after. He's one of 2 players from the state of South Carolina to go over to Colorado Springs a few months ago in an invitation for, I think it was 16 and under players, and he's one. And 7th Woods, a young man from Hammond school over here in Columbia, South Carolina. Those 2 kids were the only 2 to go from this area, and Dozier's only a 10th grader. Gets it up and in. The second one goes. First one was no good. Ball outlet quickly that time by Lower Richland. Stroman got hit in the face that time. Number 32, Stroman got the outlet pass and got raked across the face. The foul's going to be called on Spring Valley. They checking on him to see if he can. Yeah, referee's advising him to go get checked out there. He may not be able to stay in the ball game. And he's going to leave the game. Stroman leaves the game, and he's going to be replaced by number 10 off the Lower Richland bench, Timothy Myers. Timothy Myers, a 6'2 junior. Nathan Hart running the point for Lower Richland. Swings over to Myers. Myers swings over to Edmond. Edmond tries a baseline drive. Well defense that time. Loose ball. Ball batted around the rim there. Timothy Myers and Vince Hickland both going for the ball. It's going to be a foul call. Hickland was hit across the arm that time.
Foul on Spring Valley, number 21.
Fouls on Spring Valley's number 21, Jamil Taborn. 6'2 senior, so Vince Hickland goes to the line. Looks like he's going to get 2 shots here. 13:41 to play. We played 2 16-minute halves in tournament action. 13:41 left to play here. Very ragged start to the ball game. Hickland misses that first one. He's a young man that's strong around the rim, though. He brought this crowd to his feet several times in last year's tournament with a couple of thunderous dunks. And he's been recruited by mid-major schools here in the state of South Carolina and North Carolina as well, for that matter. First was no good. Second one goes in. Tie game, 3-3. Dominique Taylor up with the left-hand dribble. Attacks the rim. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by number 50 for Spring Valley to put back, no good. That was Jalon Williams who entered the ball game. He's a 6'3 sophomore. Back comes Nathan Hart. Nice up and in. Nice pass by Hart. Got it to number 21. Jeremiah Tate gets it up and in for Lower Richland. Now P.J. Dozier brings it back. Nobody stopped ball. P.J. Dozier ends up getting called for the charge there. Charge drawn by a couple of Lower Richland players standing under the basket. So it's Dozier's first foul. They didn't stop ball, but he went a little too far. Probably should have pulled up that time. And 5-3 is your score. Lower Richland leads Spring Valley. Pass ahead to Myers, number 10 there. Baseline drive. Meyer collides. Very physical game early. He collides with number 24 for Spring Valley, which is Chris Adams, junior guard.
The Spring Valley foul is on number 24, Chris Adams.
Very frenetic pace for it to only be 8 points total scored in the ball game. A lot of up and down, a lot of activity. Ball's inbounded to Vince Hickland, over to Timothy Myers. Spring Valley, their customary 2-3 zone, their primary zone team. Hard over the ball into Hickland, over to Edmond, one of the better shooters on this Lower Richland team. Rebound by Hickling, power dribble, up off the glass, no good. Ball battered around now. Jabari Johnson out on the break for Spring Valley, going to toss it over to Dominic Taylor. Taylor with a left-hand three, no good. Rebound by Nathan Hart. Hart is quick. Nathan Hart, nice crossover dribble, got the ball on the glass. It'll be a goaltending call. I tell you what, Nathan Hart is quick as a hiccup for Lower Richland High School. He has nice jets on him. They got to do something to contain that young man. He's been a problem early for Spring Valley. A little pressure defense by Lower Richland now. They lead 7-3. Dominic Taylor brings the ball up. He's gone left just about every time. Dominic Taylor's a primary left-handed player. Swings it over now to Jelon Williams in the ball game. He's been active. He's got 2 shots up in this brief time he's been in the ball game. Now Nathan Hart comes back with the quicks over to Myers. Tries that baseline attack again. Jelon Williams sits there and got there a little late. Jelon Williams is the backup center for Spring Valley. Slid over, got there a little late. And Myers' baseline drive is going to be good. And 1 coming for Myers. Foul on Jelon Williams. And that's Jelon Williams' first foul. That's the team's 5th foul. And the first man on the bench, off the bench for Lower Richland, comes in and has been very active. And Timothy Myers, 6'2 junior. Chance for his 3rd point right there as he makes the N1 count. Full court pressure now for Lower Richland High School. A little 1-2-2. Dominic Taylor on the baseline and pitch ahead. Foul by Vincent Hickling. A lot of fouls early in this ball game. Both teams forcing the action, driving into the teeth of the defense.
The LR foul is on.
Taylor gets 2 shots right here. And foul's going to be called on number 42, Vincent Hickling for Lower Richland. It's his first foul. I think the team's 3rd foul. And Dominic Taylor makes him pay by getting that first one in. And it's a 2-shot foul anyway. And they need to close this gap. They trail 10-4. Just under 12 minutes to play in this first half. Gets it to Cryer to go in. Ball to Nathan Hart now. Being checked by John Miller, who checks into the ballgame for Spring Valley. John Miller wears number 10. He's a 6-foot guard. Also the star running back on the football team. He's a 1,000-yard rusher on the football team for Spring Valley this season. Saw him on Play On Sports earlier this season in a football game. Dominic Taylor, great hands. You can tell that's a wide receiver. Great hands with the right hand. Reach up and pluck the bad pass out. Layup no good, though. Now Edmond out for Lower Richland. Goes up with the layup and good. Basket up and in by number 14, Marcus Edmond, the leading scorer on this Lower Richland team. Coach Perry Dozier's seen enough right now. He wants to call a timeout on the court. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, I do believe, for Spring Valley.
Timeout taken by Spring Valley.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Back after the 30-second timeout, which was called by Spring Valley. Coach Perry Dozier unhappy with the way things have transpired here early. We're back live action now, 11:21 to play in the first half. Spring Valley trails 12-5 to Lower Richland. The Diamond Hornets got off to a slow start early in this season, and on their first-year coach is trying to put it together. P.J. Dozier being hand-checked there and up and in. He gets into the paint, layup no good. Rebound ripped down by Vincent Hickland, 6'6" center for Lower Richland. Over to Timothy Myers. Myers with an errant pass. He was trying to hit Edmond over here on this side, and the trap worked that time. The idea of a trap, folks, is to cause that confusion and cause the bad pass. Jelon Williams goes out, number 50 for Spring Valley. He's replaced by number 23, Jordan Bruner, who's a 6'7" freshman, folks, a ninth grader. He's got a lot of potential. And look at Nathan Hart, the young point guard, rips it out, up and in, off the glass. Dominic Taylor got there a little too late. Nathan Hart is causing all kind of ruckus, and the pressure defense now, full court man-to-man being played by Lower Richland, and Spring Valley not doing a good job handling the pressure. Another turnover. Spring Valley inbounds the ball and immediately kicks it out. This man-to-man pressure of Lower Richland is causing all kind of havoc for Spring Valley. Nathan Hart dribbles up over to Timothy Myers. Dozier gambles and misses. Nathan Hart tries to make him pay, tries to hit Marcus Edmond, and the ball's thrown away again. Another turnover in this ball game. A lot of turnovers here early. Chick-fil-A Classic, 11th annual, opening night of the Chick-fil-A Classic. Full court pressure. Lower Richland not taking their foot off the throat. Up 9 right now. P.J. Dozier on the breakout. Inbound Marcus Edmond. Pass a little behind Dozier. Marcus Edmond got a hand on it. There'll be a foul called on P.J. Dozier. This will be his second foul. It's his second foul, team 6th foul. The next foul by Spring Valley, Lower Richland will be shooting the 1-and-1. So we'll see how that transpires. We've only played less than half of the first half. They're already going to be in the shooting the 1-and-1. So very physical game. Looks like we're going to have a lot of free throws here in this first half. A little pressure now employed by Spring Valley, a little 1-2-2 trap. Loose ball caused by the pressure. And then another turnover back the other way. Edmond goes over with the left hand. Fouled by the freshman, Bruner, the 6'7" freshman. Got him over across the head. Marcus Edmond. And folks, kids watching at home, left side of the court, use the left hand. Use the proper hand. Did his thing. Team 7th foul, but it's going to be the N1 anyway. And it's good. Edmond makes him pay. 16-5, 11-point bulge now for Lower Richland. This pressure is aggravating Spring Valley. They bring another guard off the bench. Number 3 is in the game for Spring Valley now. Kenneth Leggett trying to improve this ball handling this pressure. Dominic Taylor on the left wing. Goes left again. Off the glass. And another charge. I think we've had 3 charges in this game earlier. That was Vince Hickland sliding over to catch Dominic Taylor.
Offensive foul on Spring Valley, number 12, Dominic Taylor.
There's Taylor's first foul there. 8th foul on Spring Valley. The fouls are mounting up for Spring Valley. They're employing a little 1-2-2 trapping pressure. They're trapping in the corners. Ball gets out of there over to Edmond. Timothy Myers with a shot, an air ball 3 attempt that time by Timothy Myers. Ball ripped down and now out to another guard, new guard in the game, Stephen Thomas, number 5 for Spring Valley. Coach Perry Dozier going to the bench, bringing in another set of guards to try to do a better job of handling this pressure by Lower Richland. And Leggett now dribbles into the paint, kicks out to Dominic Taylor, a 3 effort. No good. Rebound by Marcus Edmond. He outlets to Nathan Hart. Hart pulls up before the trap comes over to Myers. Edmond inside. Nice basket. Edmond with a nice pass inside to number 21, Jeremiah Tate. Tate's with the soft right-hand floater. And this lead is up 14 now. 19-5 is your lead. Lower Richland over Spring Valley, and this is a little bit of a surprise. Stephen Thomas now picked up his dribble across the half-court line over to Dominic Taylor. Over to Leggett, number 3 there. Left-hand dribble to the middle of the court. Kick out over to Thomas. Trying to force the ball inside to Jabari Johnson. Vince Hickland knew it was coming, anticipated it. Now over to Timothy Myers, who brings the ball up. Dominic Taylor all over Myers. Now over to Nathan Hart. A little too physical that time. Referee got a little body check over there. A little cross body block by the referee. Got bowled over, but Leggett, a little too physical. with Nathan Hart.
Foul on Spring Valley's number 3, Kenneth Leggett.
So Nathan Hart will be shooting
Team
ninth foul on Spring Valley. So 1-1 right now to Nathan Hart. It's the first foul on Kenneth Leggett, number 3 there, is a 5'7" sophomore for Spring Valley. And got a new player in the ball game. 21 re-enters the game for Spring Valley. Jamil Taborn replaces number 32, Jabari Johnson. Little Richland has a new player in the ball game, number 4, Devontae Hampton in the ball game. Free throw no good. Rebound to Vincent Hickling. Out to Hart. Hart over to Edmond. Back out to Hart. Over to Devontae Hampton. Back to Hart now. Marcus Edmond pitches inside. Hickling, ball knocked away by P.J. Dozier. Dozier come up on the break. Very hectic pace that time, and that was a little congested lane for Dozier that time. Ball got knocked away. He thought he was fouled. The referee says no, sir. Ball's going to be out of bounds to Spring Valley, and Dominic Taylor would trigger it in from right to the side of his basket right there. He's going to inbounds it to Leggett, number 3 there. Leggett with the left-hand dribble over to Dozier. Dozier from the wing, jump pass, deflected, brought in by Dominic Taylor. Taylor goes high up. Dominic Taylor, 6'2", 6'3" kid, high off the glass with the left hand. Basket good. Back comes Lower Richland High School now. Marcus Edmond at the top, guarded by P.J. Dozier. Ball deflected inside by Bruner over to Dozier. Dozier with a right-hand dribble to the timeline. Nice diagonal pass inside under the basket. Pass that ball inside to 21, Jamil Taborn. Taborn too far under the basket, tried to pitch it out, and ball knocked out of bounds by Lower Richland. Now inbounded to P.J. Dozier. Dozier's going to reset the offense now, being checked by Jeremiah Tate. Man-to-man being employed once again by Lower Richland. They like to get inside your jersey. A three-pointer launch by P.J. Dozier. Ball rattles in and out, but he'll get 3 free throws. Fouls called on number 4 for Lower Richland, Devontae Hampton, the 5'11" sophomore guard. That's his first foul. On the 4th foul committed. Big disparity in fouls in this ball game. 9 committed by Spring Valley. That was the 4th foul by Lower Richland, 9 by Spring Valley, but that's a big one. That's a 3-shot foul, and Dozier makes the first one good. It's a 12-point game, 19-7. Lower Richland leads. Second one up and in by P.J. Dozier. One more to come there, and with the 7:38 mark. I think the scoreboard, a little scoreboard error. I think they just awarded that point to the wrong team when Dozier made that shot. So now they got that corrected. Dozier, his 3rd try after being fouled on a 3-point attempt. All 3 good. P.J. Dozier, young man, got a lot of notoriety. When he was 12 years old, there was an article written by him by the New York Times. He was the best 12-year-old basketball player in America. And puts a lot of pressure on you, but he's risen to the challenge, and his young man's game has gotten better. He's growing. Remember, his dad is 6'11", so this kid is going to be a big boy. Lower Richard comes back now on the wing. Kicked out a little travel that time is going to be called on number 4, Devontae Hampton. Saw the pass he wanted to make that time and walked before he did it. Ball be inbounds now on the side out now by Dominic Taylor. Dominic Taylor is going to inbound for Spring Valley. 19-10. They're still within striking distance, but they have gotten blitzed early in this ball game by Lower Richland. There's going to be a foul called on Lower Richland. Number 21, Jeremiah Tate, folks, grabbed P.J. Dozier by the jersey and was hitching a ride with Dozier. Dozier could have charged him a cab fee on that play. And Perry Dozier wanted an intentional foul, which it very well could have been. They're not calling an intentional foul. They didn't call it. Ball out of bounds to Spring Valley, and Dozier's going to bring it up. Being checked by Jeremiah Tate right now. Dominic Taylor, he's going to this baseline move every time. Goes again off the glass, no good. Taylor gets his rebound, gets his own miss, goes back up again. Look at the body on this kid. You can tell he's a big-time wide receiver, getting interest from colleges, folks. And, again, he's a wide receiver we've seen on Play On Sports earlier this season. And young man can go get the football, and he's a very aggressive basketball player as well. 6'2", 6'3", with really nice hops. 2-shot foul now on the way for Dominic Taylor. First one up and in. Got a nice soft left-hand touch. He's been erring on some three-pointers early in the ball game, but he's got a nice touch. Nice stroke from the line there. Mass substitutions by Lower Richland. Back into the ball game is 14 Marcus Edmond, who caught a breather, and Timothy Myers back in the game. Caught him a little breather earlier. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Taborn, no good. Timothy Myers down with the rebound, now out to Edmond. Edmond over to Hart. Hart with a left-hand dribble. Inside to Vince Hickling. Hickling tried to rifle a pass into Timothy Myers that time. Nice idea. Sometimes the idea and the execution don't match. Nice idea, execution not so much. Myers wasn't looking, and turnover back to Spring Valley. Here comes Dozier. Leggett over to Dominic Taylor. He's going to try a three. No good once again from that left side. Rebound off to Brandon Stroman. His pass intended for Nathan Hart. Trying to get a break going, just too high for the young man. Out of bounds, back to Spring Valley. A lot of turnovers in this first half of play for these teams. Leggett pitching ahead. Everybody went to sleep and forgot. Number 21 for Spring Valley, Taborn. He got behind the entire Lower Richland defense. Good pass, good look ahead by Leggett, number 3 there. 5'7" point guard, good vision. And back comes Lower Richland now. Spring Valley still in a zone, but they're going out matching up at the top of the zone. Whatever side the ball, and the guard on that side is going out and checking the ball. The 3 baseline players are still playing zone principle behind them. P.J. Dozier gets a hand on that pass from Myers over to Hart. Hart tries to throw a diagonal pass inside to Stroman. Stroman mishandled it. He gets it back. Tries to up and under move and missed that and tried to get his own rebound. Stroman couldn't get a handle on the ball that time, and it's out of bounds to Spring Valley. Another turnover by Lower Richland. 19-13 now. Spring Valley has crept back in it after trailing by as much as 12 at one point. Leggett up in the air, left his feet, found a man though. It's Taborn. Taborn with the basket. Nice vision by Leggett. That's a second nice pass Kenneth Leggett has made. The look ahead earlier for the layup, and now that time finding a cutting teammate. Stoppage of play right here, and referees having a conversation. Looks like it might be a clock issue. The clock might have not started when the ball was inbound at that time. I think we had it's 19-15, a 4-point. Spring Valley has fought their way in to this ball game, and they did it when they extended their defense. At the time when they started extending like Dozier's at half court right now, when they started extending their defense, it caused a little problem for Lower Richland. Good adjustment by Coach Perry Dozier for Spring Valley. They've cut this lead. Now Leggett comes out. It's a 2-3 principle, but the guards are playing the ball out at the top of the key. Nice jumper from the baseline by number 14, Marcus Edmond, 6'1" senior guard. Back comes Dominic Taylor. Sets the offense, calls out the play. Been guarded by Hickling. Gonna be a travel call that time. Dominic Taylor couldn't get his footsteps together that time. Hickling did a good job of distracting him. Yet another turnover. This time goes over to Lower Richland. If you'll notice, watch folks at home, check it out. Spring Valley's gonna pick them up at half court. They hadn't done that to the last few minutes of this ball game. It's been successful. They're bringing their guards up to the half court line to disrupt the plays that have been run by Lower Richland. Good job by Leggett that time. And pitch ahead now. Hickling has the ball. He finds a cutting Marcus Edmond. Edmond goes in, had a shot. Ball pinned against the glass. Could have been goaltending. The 6'7" freshman Bruner blocked that off the glass. Lower Richland folks won't goaltending on that. No call. P.J. Dozier has the ball now. Takes the ball between his legs. Rises up for a 3. High off the back of the rim. Dominic Taylor gets to carry him. Up with the left hand, and Spring Valley is right back in your face. Cuts the lead back to 4 points again. Stroman into the paint. Between 2 men, sandwiched himself in there. Errant shot. Bruner tries to save it. Bounced it off his own teammate, and it goes out of bounds. Lower Richland inbounds from behind their own basket. 4:35 left to play in the first half here. Richland Northeast 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic. Opening night. Vince Hickling gets the inbounds pass. Rises. Elbow jumper from Vincent Hickling. This is Hickling. Nice shot that time. Here comes Kenneth Leggett back now. This kid is quick as well. It's quick on quick with he and Hart out there on the floor. Ball kicked outside to Dominic Taylor. He turns down the 3 this time. Dribbles inside. Off the glass again. Boy, he throws everything off the left side of the glass. There for that left side. It's up and in that time, and good for Dominic Taylor. Back comes Hart. Errant pass saved by Edmond over to Stroman. Inside to Vince Hickling. Hicklin took a little contact, gets it off the glass, and it's good. Inbounds pass deflected that time by Jeremiah Tate. 25-19 is your score. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Spring Valley's basketball. Dominic Taylor will inbounds. 25-19, 3:56 left to play here in the first half. We're on the campus of Richland Northeast High School, the newly renovated gymnasium here on the campus of Richland Northeast High School. Chick-fil-A tournament rated as high as the #2 tournament in the nation, according to some. And only its 11th year. Great job been done by tournament director Gary Fulmer and his staff, growing this tournament over the years. Here's Leggett now with a left-handed dribble. That's just quickness right there. Being checked by Myers. Now over to P.J. Dozier. Dozier with a power dribble inside, a little 360. Spin over to Leggett. Leggett tries the three. No good. Rebound to Stroman. Number 32 there for Lower Richland. He pitches ahead. Jeremiah Tate catches the ball, fumbles a little bit, gets a shot up and in. He was surrounded by Spring Valley players. Jeremiah Tate gets the basket up. Here's Dominic Taylor now in the outlet pass. One-on-one with Edmond. Edmond grabbed his arms. Going to be a two-shot foul coming to Dominic Taylor now. 27-19. Spring Valley cut the lead as low as 4 points twice in this first half, and it's been pushed out again. Now an 8-point lead by Lower Richland. Dominic Taylor gets two shots right here. The first one's up and in. 27-20. Your score, 3:29 mark of the first half. Left hand free throw. Rattles around the rim, and it's good. 27-21. 6-point advantage to Lower Richland High School. Mass substitutions. Both teams substituting liberally back into the ballgame for Spring Valley. Number 24, Chris Adams, the starting point guard, and Lower Richland brings in number 55 of their bench, who's not in the program. Swinging the ball over to Timothy Myers now on the right side of the court now. Being checked by P.J. Dozier. Ball deflected by Bruner over to Dozier. Dozier over to Dominic Taylor. Taylor with a left-hand dribble over to Dozier. Dozier's going to rise and try a three. Splash! Dozier cuts the lead to three. This is the closest Spring Valley's been since the beginning of the ball game, folks. 27-24, the lead for Lower Richland. P.J. Dozier heating up as the game goes on here. Now dribble by Stroman. Up over to the 6'7" Bruner. The 6'7" freshman for Spring Valley was standing there. Stroman got the ball up and over. Makes the score 29-24. Inbound violation by Spring Valley. It's going to be a turnover to Lower Richland. An inbound infraction that time. Spring Valley has made a lot of mental errors against this pressure, and that's one right there, not getting the ball in bounds properly. And Lower Richland's going to get the ball under their basket. Ball's going to be pitched ahead to Nathan Hart. Hart calls out the play, being checked by Chris Adams. Over to Marcus Edmond. Back to Hart now. Hart's going to pitch the ball over to Stroman. 2-3 zone by Spring Valley. And Lower Richland trying to call on a new play to check that. They extend the guards out again to bother Hart. Over to Stroman. Stroman splits two players. Stroman tried to split Dozier and Taylor, and they tied him up. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession error goes over to Lower Richland. 2:20 left to play in the first half. It's a 5-point game. Very raggedy game in this first half. I'm sure both coaches have a lot of things to talk about in the locker room. Edmonds going to try a three. Rattles out. Rebound to Chris Adams. He's going to pitch ahead to P.J. Dozier. Hart gets in the way. Three-pointer by Dozier. No good. Rebound fumble for. Edmond comes down with it. Pitches ahead to Hart. Hart with Dozier guarding. Dipsy-do move and put back by Vince Haglund after the whistle. That was a whistle, folks. Hart got fouled on his little dipsy-do. He tried to do a little up and under move that time and flip it up there, and he got a little body block. And Dozier is going to be called for the foul. That's 3 fouls on Dozier in the first half. With 2 minutes to play in the ball game, you got to think the coach, Perry Dozier Sr., his dad, may look to get PJ out, and there he is. There's the buzzer, and he's going to take a seat, replaced by the 5'7" sophomore, Kenneth Leggett. Leggett's played well in this ball game. Off the bench. Nathan Hart, free throws up and good. Score is 31-24. Leggett up against pressure. Been hounded by Stroman that time. Stroman, big height advantage. Leggett picks his dribble up. Pitches into Bruner, the freshman. That's a sophomore passing to a freshman. Spring Valley is a young team. There'll be a 2-shot foul called. Calls on 14 for Lower Richland. That's Marcus Edmond.
Foul on Lower Richland, number 14, Marcus Edmond, his
Second foul on Edmond. 8th team foul on Lower Richland. The foul's starting to even out now. Bruner, the 6'6", 6'7" freshman. Future's bright. Bruner's a freshman. Dozier's a sophomore. Kenneth Legette's a sophomore. Jelon Williams, number 50, has played a lot. He's a sophomore. Bruner misses the first one. Bruner has a sister. I think her first name is Ashley Bruner, who plays for Dawn Staley and the Lady Gamecocks over at Colonial Life Arena. His sister's a Division I basketball player. He may have a chance himself. He gets the second one up and in. Playing major minutes here, the freshman is in this ball game. Off the bench, but he's played a lot of minutes in the paint area for Perry Dozier's Spring Valley Vikings in this ball game. Lower Richland works the ball around the horn. Stroman picks up his dribble, being guarded by Bruner. Good anticipation by Chris Adams on the steal. Tried to pitch over to Bruner, and Vince Hicklin's there. Came in and intercepted the pass. Back comes Lower Richland. Marcus Edmond on the drive, being checked by Chris Adams. Now Legette's out here hounding Nathan Hart. Hart over to Tate. Tate over to Brandon Stroman. Stroman to Marcus Edmond, and he's going to be called for a travel. Tried to catch the ball and make a move at the same time. Never got a good grip on the ball, but be called for steps. 1:13 to play, folks. A 6-point game. 31-25. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. Kenneth Legette's going to call out a play now. Got one fist out. Being checked in the man-to-man defense that we've come to expect from Lower Richland. Nathan Hart's up in his jersey. Over to Bruner, the 6'7" player. You don't want a 6'7" player that far from the basket. That's Brandon Stroman. Stroman with the one-hand tomahawk slammer. Stroman gets up for the get down that time. Under a minute to play. He's got a little buzz through the crowd right there. Dominic Taylor's going to come up in the paint with a left-hand floater. Off the rim, Vince Hicklin with a strong rebound up to Marcus Edmond. Diagonal pass to Tate. Tate fumbles it. Checked by Bruner, kicks out to Brandon Stroman. Stroman rises for the three. Three ball up and in. Brandon Stroman showing you everything, folks. Brandon Stroman with the big dunk and not a three. He's got a complete game. Brandon Stroman only a 6'5" junior. Here's Spring Valley back now. 16 seconds to play in the half. Chris Adams with a three. Off the back rim, off the backboard. Ball brought down by Marcus Edmond. Now comes Nathan Hart. Nathan Hart with 5 seconds to play in the half. Shakes Dominic Taylor. Diagonal pass to Hicklin. Hicklin dribbles the ball off the foot of a Spring Valley player. I believe that's Jabari Johnson. The ball went off his foot. And they're giving the ball to Spring Valley. I think the ball went off of, might have gone off Hicklin's foot then. 0.9 seconds to play. Not much to do here. Chris Adams will get the pass. Launches one. Oh, a little short there. That's the end of the first half, folks. For the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic, folks. Game 3, opening night. We're at halftime here, folks. Your score, Lower Richland Diamond Hornets 36, Spring Valley Vikings 25. We'll bring you the second half after these messages from the Play On Sports Network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
That's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
And we are back live here from Richland Northeast High School, home of the Chick-fil-A Classic for all these 11, for 10 out of the 11 years, actually. This has been the home of the Chick-fil-A Classic. This is year 11. Great field here again this year. This is game 3 on the main court here of the Chick-fil-A Classic. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets lead the Spring Valley Vikings 36-25 as we get set to start the second half of play. Dominic Taylor leads Spring Valley in scoring with 13 points. Jamil Taborn has 4. Perry Dozier Jr. has 7. And Jordan Bruner has 1. For Lower Richland, the 36 points, their lead. They're a balanced attack. 8 points, Jeremiah Tate leads them. 7 points for Marcus Edmond. 7 points for Brandon Stroman. 3 points for Timothy Myers. 6 points for Nathan Hart. And 5 points for Vincent Hickland. And Brandon Stroman in particular, where's number 32, a 6'5 junior guard forward, came in and had a thunderous dunk toward the end of the first half and then hit a big 3. His 7 points came in a quick little flurry there and had another little basket there, but he may be a player to watch as we start this second half. Vince Hickland's the leading scorer. He and Marcus Edmond for Lower Richland. We'll keep an eye on them. And then number 15, who has the ball right now, Perry Dozier Jr. for Spring Valley. He's a guy who will have to ignite a comeback, and Spring Valley is going to come back in this ball game. Man-to-man being played by Lower Richland as usual. Dozier with a left-hand dribble, goes up off the backboard, no good. Rebound by Taborn. Taborn up and in. Good job. Good tenacious play there by Taborn. Jamil Taborn, 6'2", senior. Very tenacious there. A little trap down for Spring Valley. The trap Hart. It pays off. Ball over to Dominic Taylor. Behind the back dribble. Left hand off the glass. Blocked by Brandon Stroman. Loose ball goes to P.J. Dozier. Dozier with the right hand finger roll. 29-36 now. It's a 7-point game. Frenetic pace again. We started the game out frenetic and it calmed down. This second half starting the same way. Brandon Stroman, baseline drive. Gets fouled by Jamil Taborn.
Foul on Spring Valley, number 21, Jamil Taborn, his third.
That is Jamil Taborn's third foul. Brandon Stroman gets 2 shots right here. I just said a moment ago, he might be a player to watch. He's very active. Errant on that first free throw attempt. The lead remains 36-29 for Lower Richland. 15-14 to play. Remember, once again, we play 2 16-minute halves here in tournament play, employed by a lot of the holiday tournaments. Instead of the normal 4 8-minute quarters played in high school basketball, they go 2 16-minute halves. Second free throw up and in. 37-29 is Lower Richland's lead. P.J. Dozier brings the ball up over to Dominic Taylor. Taylor tries the middle of the defense, rises up. Boy, he gets high off the ground on that jumper. He goes up, shoots over Brandon Stroman. Dominic Taylor up and in. 37-31. Lower Richland now. Spring Valley extending out this zone defense they play. It looks like a 1-3-1 being played now, but they're stringing it out. Brandon Stroman with a drive. A little contact there. Ball does not go in, and it would not have mattered. It is a player control foul. It is a charge called on Brandon Stroman. His second foul. He thought the defensive man slid in there. He's having a little conversation with the referee there. And ball goes over to Spring Valley. Full court pressure being employed once again by Lower Richland. It's been very effective for him in this ball game. P.J. Dozier, the 6'5 guard for Spring Valley, sophomore, comes up over to Chris Adams. An illegal screen is going to be called on number 50 for Spring Valley, Jalon Williams, the 6'3 sophomore. His second foul of the ball game. Ball's going to be inbound now to Nathan Hart. Over to Marcus Edmond. Trapping in the corners again, Spring Valley. Ball flicked away by Dozier. Recovered by Marcus Edmond. He's going to toss it over to Nathan Hart. Hart's like a water bug out there, scooting around. Hart has some success doing it early in the ball game. But I tell you, folks, any coach will tell you, it's hard to dribble and break pressure with just a dribble. You got to move that ball and keep it in the air. And ball got kicked that time. It's going to be inbound by Lower Richland. Ball to Stroman. Stroman up. No good. Shot over Jalen Williams. No good. Rebound by Jabari Johnson. He's going to pitch ahead to P.J. Dozier. Dozier comes down 1-on-2. Kicks over to Dominic Taylor. Taylor with that left hand high off the glass. Dominic Taylor led him in scoring in the first half. He's been active already here. He gets off the ground high. Vincent Hickland now with a baseline move. No good. Rebounded by Jabari Johnson over to P.J. Dozier. Being guarded by Jeremiah Tate. Right above the key area right here. Dozier calls the play. Dominic Taylor post up. Nathan Hart. Oh, rebound attempt that time on the errant shot. Jabari Johnson kicked it out, and the ball was picked up by Brandon Stroman, and he gets tripped up on this attack to the basket. And that foul is called on Spring Valley's Chris Adams, number 24 there. Ball's going to be inbounded to Nathan Hart. Baseline move by Edmond over to Vince Hickland. Hickland no good. Rebound by Williams. Stripped away from Hickland. Hickland with a power move on the baseline. He just totally dislodged Jelon Williams that time and got to where he wanted to and got it strong off the backboard. Basket good for Lower Richland. Nathan Hart gets a little too aggressive on the baseline. They're going to call that on Spring Valley. I think Chris Adams stepped out of bounds. He's been hounded by Nathan Hart that time. Lower Richland can really pick up the intensity on their full court pressure. They paid off that time. Hart with a right-hand dribble over Hart. Diagonal pass to Hickland. Ball deflected. And now it's a scramble on the ground. Good job anticipating that pass by number 50, Jelon Williams, a 6'3 sophomore center. With timeout called.
30-second timeout taken by
Spring Valley High School coach Perry Dozier calls a 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout with him right quick.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Back here, live action here out of the timeout that was called by Spring Valley. They're going to come out of the timeout and let's see what they run. Teams out of timeouts usually make some adjustment. What they have for the pressure to combat Lower Richland is P.J. Dozier with a beautiful right-hand reverse layup. Folks, this guy is the goods. P.J. Dozier, the 6'5 sophomore guard, coveted by, you name your favorite university, they covet P.J. Dozier. Young man has the goods. Nice right-hand reverse layup out of the timeout. Took the ball until they stopped him. Nobody stopped ball. He goes up and in and gets the and one. Now we have a 3-point ball game. Again, this is the closest Spring Valley's been since the first moments of the ball game. Let's see if they can maintain their run. Nathan Hart comes back, and he traveled, dragged his foot as he got ready to pass that ball to Marcus Edmond. A little foot drag that time by Nathan Hart, and Spring Valley's pressure pays off. Both of these teams have struggled with pressure defense in this ball game. Spring Valley more so than Lower Richland, but Spring Valley's had their moments when they've caused really some issues for Lower Richland. That was one case there as Hart turns it over with the travel. Now Dozier brings it back up. Been guarded by Hart. Pitches over to Taylor. Taylor been guarded all the way out here by Vincent Hickland. He tries to pitch the ball in to Dozier. Nathan Hart got in the passing lane that time and caused a disruption, and ball goes out of bounds off of Dozier. Back comes Lower Richland now with 12-19 to play in the ball game. 3-point lead by Lower Richland. Nice crossover dribble. Pass into Tate now to Edmond. Back to Hart. Hart penetrates the teeth of the defense over to Hickland. Hickland with a left-hand reverse layup on the baseline. 41-36. And now Hart anticipates the inbounds pass, deflects it. Spring Valley corrals it back. Stephen Thomas in the ball game now has the ball. Passes over to Taborn on the baseline. Taborn's about to go out of bounds. Throws it off of Timothy Myers, who's just checked in for Lower Richland. Both teams have used their bench liberally in this ball game. Ball being inbounded by Dominic Taylor, the 6'3 senior forward. Gets it into Jelon Williams. Williams into the teeth of the defense in the paint. Air ball. P.J. Dozier, he was everywhere right now. He throws up an air ball after he gets the rebound. Jamil Taborn gets fouled. That would have been 3 shots at the basket for Spring Valley. That's too many offensive rebounds for Spring Valley. Lower Richland goes to sleep that time on the backboard, and it cost him a foul that time. Jamil Taborn. They're not going to call it a shooting foul. Ball out of bounds at Spring Valley. Ball inbound to Stephen Thomas. Over to P.J. Dozier. He's going to try 3. Off the front of the rim. Off the Edmond. He's going to pitch ahead to Nathan Hart. Hart by himself. Hart with a finger roll short. Vincent Hickland with the putback attempt. No good. Timothy Myers. The third time is the charm for Lower Richland High School. The Diamond Hornets now 43-36. Pitch ahead to Williams. Williams gets the ball somehow around the arms of Vincent Hickland. and gets it back up in. It's a 5-point ball game now, 43-38. Spring Valley answers quickly. They extend their 2-3 zone now, so it looks like a 2-1-2 zone. Baseline move by Myers. Myers somehow gets that ball up off the glass, gets knocked to the ground, no foul. The pace picking up. The points are coming at a quick pace now, 45-38. Lower Richland. Dominic Taylor up, loses the ball, picks it back up again. Some slippery dribbling that time by Taylor. Now he goes into the teeth of the defense, collides with Vince Hickling, no call. P.J. Dozier scrambles for the ball, takes it from Edmonds. Little pump fake, little double clutch move by Dozier, misses. He gets it back up and in again, no good. Ball battered off the backboard by Myers and Taylor. Hard to see who had what hand on the ball that time. A lot of flailing in the paint. Ball's out of bounds to Spring Valley. Vince Hickling's going to take a break. He's going to be replaced by number 55, who's not in our program for Lower Richland. And P.J. Dozier, splash. Three-pointer from the opposite side of the court from where we sit here. Baseline three by Dozier. He's heating up a little bit. Lower Richland back on the attack now. Marcus Edmonds going to try a three from the left wing. String music for Marcus Edmond. 48-41. Edmonds going to hound Perry Dozier now as he tries to bring the ball up court. Man-to-man still been employed by Lower Richland. That's their modus operandi. Screen's going to be set now by Jabari Johnson for Dozier. Dozier takes a left-hand dribble, gets fouled by a Lower Richland player at that time, and ball's going to be taken out of bounds by Spring Valley. The fouls are starting to mount up again into the ball game for Lower Richland is number 4, Devontae Hampton. For Spring Valley, young man I thought played very well the first half. Number 3, the sophomore guard, Kenneth Leggett. Ball inbounded to Johnson. Off the glass on the inbounds. Lower Richland goes to sleep on the inbounds play. That's a no-no. One pass, one shot, about 3 seconds of going to sleep for Lower Richland, and Spring Valley gets a basket. They're within 5. Turnover that time. P.J. Dozier look for the dunk, and he goes in from the right wing. Fly, Robin, fly. P.J. Dozier throws that down. Proud to say I've known that young man since he was a baby. Back comes Lower Richland. Little alley-oop pass that time for number 4, Devontae Hampton. That's the lowest alley-oop you'll ever see, folks. He gets it up and in. Nice pass that time. Nice look ahead for Lower Richland. Back comes Leggett. 5-point ball game. Lower Richland in the lead, 50-45. Jelon Williams in the paint. Little baby hook, no good. Dozier gets the rebound, loses the ball, gets it back on the baseline, gets pushed out of bounds. Looks like Timothy Myers, number 10 for Lower Richland, may be the culprit. Yeah, Timothy Myers, the 6'2 junior guard. So that's Myers' 4th foul. He didn't start the ball game, but he's in severe foul trouble. This is 4th foul. He leaves the game, replaced by Jeremiah Tate. And Vince Hickling re-enters the ball game as well. Inbound pass to Jabari Johnson. And there he goes into the paint. Little double clutch move off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Dozier. Nice over-the-shoulder pass, Dozier. Off the glass, again, no good for Williams at point-blank range. Back comes Lower Richland. Pass 3 in the corner being tried by Lower Richland. Rebound down to Spring Valley. Ball turned over, intercepted by Hart. Nice pass, nice look-ahead pass. Threw a pass, saw a streaking Devontae Hampton coming out the left side. Hit him on the baseline, and nice layup by Marcus Edmond. Excuse me, that's 14. Marcus Edmond caught that nice pass from Nathan Hart. Got the hoop, got the harm, and now he gets one free throw to complete the deal. 52-45, 7-point lead by Lower Richland. And it is now an 8-point lead. Every time Spring Valley cuts it to 3, folks, Lower Richland has made a run. They did it at the end of the first half, and here we are again in the second half. Same thing. Leggett is just, that's just quicks right there. He outruns himself and falls down. Up to Tate. Tate, I don't know if Tate had dunking on his mind, but Dominic Taylor threw that ball about the 3rd row and then gave Tate a little stare down. I don't know if Tate was thinking about dunking it. I don't know. But he got his mind changed real quick. Dominic Taylor came in out of nowhere as if he dropped from the ceiling and threw that ball into the stands. That kid explodes off the floor. Got a little buzz in his crowd here. Chick-fil-A is known for getting the crowd excited, folks. That's one of the first roars we've had in this tournament so far. Nice move by Dominic Taylor with that defensive block. Lower Richland back on attack. That's going to be a little floater by Tate. No good. Ball batted around on the rebound attempt. A lot of hands on it that time, but it goes out of bounds off of a Lower Richland players. Spring Valley's basketball. Inbounded by Taylor. Kenneth Legette's going to walk the ball up the floor now as he calls out the play. He's going to be picked up at half court by Marcus Edmond. Lower Richland likes to harass the ball handler. Legette pitches the ball inside to Jabari Johnson. Drop step move, and he charged. He dislodged number 11, who just entered the game for Lower Richland. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, that's Nathan Hart, number 11. The little guy, Nathan Hart, in the paint. And when a big man sees a 5'7" guy, his eyes lit up, folks. He couldn't wait to make his move, and he just bowled over Nathan Hart, 5'7". That was 6'3" on 5'7" that time, and that's a mismatch, and the referees gives the call to the little guy who was perfectly positioned. Good job by Hart being in position to take that charge. 53-45 is your score. 7:54 to play in the ball game. Stroman with a pass to Hickland. Free throw line jumper. It is string music for Vince Hickland. 10-point lead now for Lower Richland, and they pick up full court pressure. Legette has Marcus Edmond in his face. Mismatch in the paint, though. Jelon Williams at 6'3" has Nathan Hart on him at 5'7". They're going to go right in there. 6'3" on 5'7". There it is. They didn't call the charge this time. Jelon Williams just couldn't make him pay. Travel by Brandon Stroman for Lower Richland. But, folks, what you have is the matchups, the way the lineups are in the ball game right now. Nathan Hart has found himself twice down in the paint, under the basket against Jelon Williams, who's 6'3". And the first time Williams charged, the second time he just didn't get the layup to go down. They got to punish them for having a 5'7" guy and a 6'3" guy. You got to take advantage of that if you're Spring Valley. Ball inbounded to Jamil Taborn, Now out to number 3, Kenneth Legette. Gets a screen from Taborn. Goes left. It's going to be a 3 attempt by Dominic Taylor. No good. P.J. Dozier on the putback. P.J. Dozier cleans up the miss that time, and it's an 8-point ball game. Brandon Stroman walked again. I believe it's the second time he's walked in the last couple of minutes. Just one of those things where you want to make a move. You want to jab, step, and take off, and they did it all at the same time, folks. You got to do one, then the other. Traveling Spring Valley basketball. They keep getting opportunities to get back in this ball game, and that nice steal by Nathan Hart. Oh, a double clutch move. Moved the ball out of the way from right to left out of P.J. Dozier's face and went back off the glass. Nathan Hart with a beautiful layup. 57-47, and now a steal by Lower Richland on the full court pressure. Brendan Stroman over to Hart, over to Marcus Edmond. Stroman for the 3. Oh, defensive player got a hand on the ball. The referee is going to call a foul on that. He's going to get 3 shots. Spring Valley player was down. View was obscured by the referee, but they call it on number 50, Jalen Williams. And that's Jalen Williams' 4th foul. And Coach Willie Thomas for Lower Richland wanted that to be a shooting foul, and referee rightfully says that, Brandon Stroman was going to pass that ball at the last minute, so it's not a shooting foul. So Lower Richland inbounds the ball. Stroman has it again, the same move where he walked. Jab step that time for real. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Tate. Out to Hart. Now then Marcus Edmond with another double clutch move. This has been a game of up and under moves. Off the glass and in for Lower Richland. I'll tell you what, full court pressure by Lower Richland. And Spring Valley was looking very, very uncomfortable with the basketball. Coach Perry Dozier wisely calls a timeout as the pressure was getting to his team. 6:21 to play, folks. The score is 59-47. You're watching the Play On Sports Network here from the Chick-fil-A Classic, Richland Northeast High School, Columbia, South Carolina. We'll be right back.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Hello and welcome back to the Chick-fil-A Classic, 11th annual here. Game 3 of the Chick-fil-A Classic. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets, Spring Valley Vikings going at it here. 6:21 left to play in the ball game here on the Play On Sports Network. I am Stacy Huff on the call of this ball game. Be bringing you, I believe, 10 or 11 ball games in this tournament right here on this network. Great field in this tournament this year, as always, and again, another clock issue. The clock did not start on the inbound of that ball that time, and the referee wisely caught that. Time is of the essence, especially if you're Spring Valley, folks. You you don't mind the clock not running if you're Spring Valley, but if you're Lower Richland, you kind of want that thing to move as the game moves. 6:19 left to play in the ball game. Spring Valley inbounds. Leggett brings it up against that man-to-man pressure. P.J. Dozier on the left wing tries a three, and he draws a foul on Brandon Stroman. It's going to be 3 fouls coming from P.J. Dozier. And the last time he got fouled toward the end of the first half, he got 3. He made all 3 count.
Foul on number 32, Brandon Stroman, his 4th.
Again, I told you, P.J. Dozier's a guy young man has been highly touted and highly sought after since he was a 12-year-old young man, and had a feature article in the New York Times written about his basketball prowess. He'd gone to some AAU tournaments and some camps for the youth and stood out so much so that he became in the public eye. And the New York Times wrote an article about this young man and could put a bullseye on some kids' back, and maybe they came under the pressure. This kid has actually risen to the challenge, and his game is growing all the time. He misses that free throw, and apparently they didn't give him a 3-shot foul, but he misses that second free throw that time, and in a scramble for the ball, Spring Valley loses it out of bounds, and Lower Richland will inbounds now up 12, right at 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Full court pressure now by Spring Valley. Nathan Hart with that quick, just beat said alley-oop to Vince Hickling. Throw down, thunderous dunk for Vincent Hickling. This young man, I told you at the beginning of the ball game, he got the crowd on their feet last year in the Chick-fil-A Classic. As a junior, this year as a senior, he comes back and does it one more time. Great alley-oop pass that time by Nathan Hart, and great thunderous dunk by Vince Hickling. Dominic Taylor is going to be called for the charge on that left side. Vincent Hickling and the Lower Richland Diamond Hornets have not caught on it. Dominic Taylor gets the ball to the left side, folks. He goes left, and he goes to that spot, and they waited for him that time. Ball will be inbounded by Devontae Hampton. Marcus Edmond gets the inbound pass. 3-on-1 break now. He goes to the stop ball. Goes against Jabari Johnson. Ball deflected. Ball comes down to Edmonds. He flips it up and gets fouled that time. I believe that was Jabari Johnson. Yes, it was Jabari Johnson, number 32 there for Spring Valley. Spring Valley Vikings in the green uniforms with the gold letter and trim. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets, white uniforms with black numbers and black and gold trim down the trousers there. The Lower Richland Diamond Hornets, a team that, if you remember, produced Stanley Roberts, a young man who played at LSU and played several years in the NBA. JoJo English, who played with the Chicago Bulls. Played at the University of South Carolina, then with the Chicago Bulls, came out of Lower Richland High School. Pitch ahead to Jamil Taborn. Taborn up and in with the right-hand layup. Nice look ahead that time. I believe that was Leggett on the pass. And back comes Lower Richland, folks. This is a 12-point ball game. 5:08 to play. It's getting late for Spring Valley, down 12. Extending the defense is what you do when you're down 12 with 5 to play. And this time he gets a little physical under the basket, away from the ball, folks. Going to be a foul called on 21. They're going to call that one on Jeremiah Tate for Lower Richland. And Spring Valley gets a break right there. Ball inbounded from Dominic Taylor to Leggett. Leggett guarded by Nathan Hart. Perry Dozier with a floater. Gets a deflection on the rebound, couldn't bring it in. Hart been guarded by Leggett. And Dozier, they double team him. Throws the ball out. Jabari Johnson gets it. Dozier with a crier. Gets it up over the front of the rim, up and in, splash, and draws the blocking foul. Dozier will get an N1 attempt here. Foul was called for Lower Richland, number 4, Devontae Hampton. That's his 3rd foul, folks. A lot of fouls in this ballgame. We got guys in this game who didn't start who have 3 and 4 fouls all over the place. P.J. Dozier's trying to bring back his Spring Valley Vikings. No good. Rebound to Jabari Johnson. Out now to Dominic Taylor. Dominic Taylor gets the 3 to go, folks. He finally gets one to go for, I believe it was his 7th attempt at a 3 in the ball game. He gets that one to go. Splash down. Have an 8-point ball game, and Hart on Leggett, folks. I like to get both these kids on a 40-yard dash and put a time on them. Hart with a little jumper inside the free throw circle that time. Rebound off to Perry Dozier Jr. P.J. Dozier. Crossover. Crosses over Hickland. Nice pass to Jamil Taborn. Taborn can't get the ball in. Gets his own rebound. Guarded by Tate. Off the glass and in. Jamil Taborn. Jamil Taborn. Spring Valley Vikings are playing hard. Cut the lead to 6 again, folks. Every time they mount a charge and narrow this lead, Lower Richland answers. See if Spring Valley has one more charge in them. Under 4 minutes to play in the ball game now, folks. Hart being guarded by Leggett. Spring Valley now playing man-to-man. They were a 2-3 zone primarily team. They're playing man-to-man now. Triple team in the paint was Brandon Stroman. Loses the handle. Ball's going to be out of bounds to Lower Richland. Timeout's going to be called by Willie Thomas, the Lower Richland high coach. Calls a full timeout, and we're going to take it with them, folks. You're watching the Chick-fil-A Classic, the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic, live right here from Richland Northeast High School, Columbia, South Carolina. 55-61 is your score. Lower Richland over Spring Valley. We'll be right back.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here at the Chick-fil-A Classic here on Play On Sports. I am Stacy Huff, bringing you the Game 3 of the Chick-fil-A Classic. This is opening night, folks. Wednesday night, opening night. It's a 4-day tournament. Two teams that are familiar to one another right here in the Columbia, South Carolina area. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. Team in your white with black numbers. Going against Spring Valley High School. Green with the green and gold trim. 6-point game with 3:39 to play. Lower Richland in the lead. Spring Valley stubbornly has been clinging to a 2-3 zone this ball game. They're going to try to extend now and match up man-to-man to increase tempo to try to mount a comeback. Vince Hickland, star forward for Lower Richland, has the ball up top over to Nathan Hart. Guarded in the baseline over to Brandon Stroman, the 6'5 junior. Been guarded by P.J. Dozier over to Hickling. Now Marcus Edmond behind the three-point line on the left baseline over to Hart. Now Brandon Stroman swings the ball around. Round the horn, they're working it. Ball deflected by Dozier. Dozier gets the ball, corrals it with a crossover dribble, pitches ahead to Jabari Johnson. Johnson goes off the glass. Well defended by Stroman that time, and he gets the rebound. Good defense by Dozier on one end and then Stroman on the other. 6-point ball game. It's a 2-possession ball game. Nice pass by Hart. Gets it to Tate. Tate off the glass from the right side, and it is in. Widens that lead out to 8 points. Spring Valley inbounds to P.J. Dozier. Over to Taborn. Jamil Taborn gets it. Guarded by Stroman. Throws to Jabari Johnson. Almost goes out of bounds. He gets it back over to Jamil Taborn, and now Kenneth Leggett settles down the offense. He's going to reset the whole thing. Calls out the play. Coach Perry Dozier tells him. Nice 360 dribble over to P.J. Dozier. Dozier with a 360 and a floater. Oh, that's beautiful. Turned off his left shoulder onto the baseline. Threw up a teardrop. Gets the friendly roll. And now we're back to a 6-point game. P.J. Dozier is a special player, folks. Man-to-man pressure now. Dominic Taylor picks up Hart. Now trapping in the corner. Ball over to Stroman. Back over to Hart, the point guard. Marcus Edmond, number 14, has it now. Ball inside to Vince Hickland. Vince Hickland out to Marcus Edmond. Marcus Edmond gets fouled by Leggett. Oh, collision in midair. Kenneth Leggett caught the arm of Jeremiah Tate. Jeremiah Tate was going to the, Marcus Edmond, number 14, was going to the rim hard that time, and nobody backing down here. I tell you what, nobody's going to allow a layup in this ball game, so good job by Kenneth Leggett making Marcus Edmond go earn points at the line. Under 2 minutes to play. Edmond gets 2, makes the first one. And folks, I tell you, 51-51 to play in the ball game. P.J. Dozier is going to have to put a lot on his back now. You're going to see a lot of number 15 in green and gold if you're going to see Spring Valley come back in this ball game. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Dominic Taylor. Taylor brings the ball up, goes over to Dozier. It's going to be a heavy dose of Dozier right here. He gets a floater up, no good. Rolls up the rim. Rebound by Jamil Taborn. Pitches it out to Jabari Johnson. Johnson, a little soft jumper, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound by Vince Hickland. He's going to pitch ahead to Nathan Hart. Hart 1-on-3. 3 Vikings back, waiting on Hart right here. He picks up his dribble. pitches out to Strowman. It's going to be time to start fouling here in a moment for Spring Valley. Nathan Hart has the ball. We're going to find out what kind of free throw shooters Lord Richland has. Dominic Taylor rides out Hart. Hart gets around him, pitches inside. Brandon Strowman picks up his dribble, back out to Hart. A minute to play. Lord Richland doesn't need any points. They don't have to shoot. And they've been instructed not to shoot by their coach, Willie Thomas. And they call a timeout. Good timeout by Coach Willie Thomas. They're going to settle his team. Let them know the strategy. Up 7 with a minute and 3 to play. It's be a full timeout call. We'll take a break as well. This is the Chick-fil-A Classic, the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic from Richland Northeast High School here in Columbia, South Carolina. This is Play On Sports, and we'll be right back after this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
And we're back here out of the timeout. Full timeout was called by Lower Richland High School. They hold a 7-point lead. A minute and 3 to play. I'm Stacy Huff. You're watching Play On Sports here. Play On Sports Network. Chick-fil-A Classic. Coming to the close of this battle between Spring Valley High School and Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. The point guard, Nathan Hart, for Lower Richland, does a Curly Neal impersonation. They're going to try to kill the clock here. They're not looking for any shots here. Brandon Strowman has the ball, picks up his dribble, pitches out ahead. Trying to throw it to M, and it was ball deflected by Dominic Taylor, and Spring Valley's going to get a basket by P.J. Dozier. It's a 5-point ball game. Clock still running. Vince Hickland gets tied up. It's a held ball, and the held ball goes to Lower Richland. That's a bad break for Spring Valley right there. If the held ball goes to them right there, you can get a chance with just under 35 seconds left to play. You get more options right here, but Lower Richland's going to. It's a discussion among the referees right now. Maybe an issue with the held ball situation. At 34.8 left in this crosstown battle. Ball is going to Lower Richland High School. It'll be inbounded by Brandon Strowman, the 6'5 junior guard forward. Dominic Taylor checks him at the baseline. Ball inbounded to Vince Hickland. Marcus Edmond, now they're going to start fouling. Marcus Edmond has the ball. Nobody fouls him. He gets the ball out to Nathan Hart. Nobody fouled. Coach Perry Dozier yelling for a foul, and then they go to try to foul Hart. No call. Fouled him twice to get him that time. They had a double for the trouble. And Hart gets knocked to the floor. He's not the biggest kid in the world, but I tell you what, he has a great heart on him. Nathan Hart, a 5'7 sophomore guard. He's played heavy minutes for Lower Richland. And Lower Richland's in a double bonus, so Nathan Hart gets 2 shots regardless. 24.1 left to play. Even if he makes one of these, it's still a 2-possession game. He needs both of these to make it a 3-possession ball game. Got the first one to go. 65-59 is your score. After this shot, make or miss, you'll look to see number 15 in green get the ball, P.J. Dozier. Nathan Hart regathered himself after he got ready to shoot. It's going to be a lane violation because a shooter can't fake it. You can't mimic the act of shooting a free throw. That's illegal. That's a turnover, folks, so it's a 2-possession game. That could be costly. 2-possession game now. 2 threes ties the game up for Spring Valley. Ball inbounded to P.J. Dozier. You think he'll keep it in his hands. He pitches it ahead right now. He threw it to a player that was not looking. Tried to pitch it ahead to number 32, Jabari Johnson. Johnson was not looking. And now a timeout's going to be called by Perry Dozier Sr. Spring Valley's calling a full timeout. We're going to take one more break with them, folks. This is Play On Sports and the Chick-fil-A Classic here. It's a 6-point ball game, 20 seconds to play. We'll be right back to conclude this game after this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here from the 11th Annual Chick-fil-A Classic. You're watching Play on Sports. I am Stacy Huff here with you. 20.9 seconds remain to settle it. Two-possession ball game. Lower Richland has the ball. They're in the catbird seat. Spring Valley trails Lower Richland by 6. And there's the outlet pass to Tate. Jeremiah Tate catches the outlet pass, gets fouled immediately by number 32 for Spring Valley, Jabari Johnson. And Mr. Tate gets to add to his point total, folks. Mr. Tate gets to get a couple of free throws here to make it look real good in the paper tomorrow. He's played a heck of a ball game. Tate has been all over the place defensively and offensively. It's been a very physical ball game, very frenetic pace. Coach Willie Thomas in his first year at Lower Richland High School is going to get a win in his first ever appearance in the Chick-fil-A Classic and put Spring Valley in the losers bracket. They actually played in the championship game of the Classic 2 bracket last year. This year Spring Valley may be in the losers bracket. There's 2 free throws. Both are good by Tate. 67-59, under 20 seconds to play. P.J. Dozier comes back. He's going to try 3. He launches it. No good. Hard off the backboard and rim. Ball knocked out of bounds by Lower Richland. Spring Valley get another chance. 11.1 to play, folks. All over but the shout. And it's benediction time. Chris Adams is going to get a shot up off the side of the backboard. And Brandon Sturman rebounds. He's going to hold the ball over to Hickland. He's going to hold it now. And they're going to let this one conclude, folks. Your final, Game 3 of the Chick-fil-A opening night. Lower Richland Diamond Hornets 67, Spring Valley Vikings 59. Thanks for joining us here on Play on Sports. I'm Stacy Huff. That concludes the coverage of tonight's ball game. Once again, the final, Lower Richland 67, Spring Valley Vikings 59.
More high school basketball here in the Chick-fil-A. We've got up next Saul C. Johnson High School out of Savannah, Georgia. Taking on the Raiders from Keenan